What's going on, y'all? So listen. So we are back for episode 2 of season 6 of Married to Medicine. I don't talk to Dennis. Okay, so it starts off with Heavenly. The whole thing that happened last week. Somebody really had the nerves to put it in my comments saying that basically, I can't stand Mariah, so I'm biased or whatever towards her, and I'm like, boo. I clearly said in the episode that Mariah was the one for me in that episode. Yes, I don't like Mariah, but I can give props when props are due. And baby, Mariah did it that whole first episode. So I don't know what you're talking about. When it comes to that picture, I didn't give my opinion as to whether or not, Heavenly was being shady or whatever. But I did say, let's remember that we're talking about Heavenly. It's always the motive behind her shit. Okay? So, people I always love to take stuff that you say and then twist it to their own meaning when you clearly said what you meant. But whatever, moving on from there. Heavenly, she talking to her daughter Alora about cheerleading and talking about her wearing lip gloss, and then Dr. Damon come in and she telling him about the party, and he was like, okay, that's cute or whatever. She started telling him about what Mariah said about him cheating on her and all this stuff, and he's like, I don't know why she would say that. I actually like Mariah. It's not true. I would never speak bad about her. So at this point, it's like, did Mariah throw that out there just to get to Heavenly? Because it did shut Heavenly down. I don't care what nobody says. As soon as she threw that out there, she shut up like, no, girl, we not finna do this, and I'm not finna go back and forth with you. But you kind of went back and forth with her in the beginning, but now that she threw that out there, you ain't got nothing else to say. Oh, okay. So they move on from that, and we get this thing where contestant and her husband, and she's talking about how she's back to work full part-time. She can never really leave the practice, but she's doing her work, and she's being at home, and how certain stuff just really don't phase her because she's a doctor and she knows what to do. Case in point, she's cooking dinner for the family, okay, which is cute. You know what I'm saying? And the little girl was sitting there eating a little sushi, whatever, and she put the whole thing in her mouth, and she comes running around the corner, and next thing you know, she's bending over, like she's grabbing on the thing, bending over a little bit, trying to get some. You could just tell when the girl started choking. I'm sitting in here like, oh my God, the girl is choking. The girl is choking. Contessa just picks up and was like she trying to pop open a jar of pickle or some shit. Daddy sitting there for a couple of seconds like Beyonce dancers were when they realized that dude was on the stage. They were sitting there like this. Then he went to action and was like, is she choking? She put the whole thing in her mouth. I said, wait a minute, can we get some more emergency up in here? Because y'all acting a little bit too kind for my nerves. My nerves over here freaking out like, oh my God, what's going to happen to the little girl? They like, girl, we got it all out. It's cool. Baby started choking or whatever. These little kids, you just turn them over, hit them in the back, put your finger in there, boop, pop the stuff out. I said, okay, I mean, you the doctor. You do what you got to do. You know how to do these things. Then, they had a little cute family dinner, and they was discussing the issues going on with her father. He has autoimmune diseases. He got Crohn's disease. He still smokes a lot. She has some unresolved issues with him because he was also like a drug addict or alcoholic or whatever, and just wasn't all around a good guy, growing up when she was being brought up. And so she's having issues, and she want to come to terms and, feel as though she's owed apologies and explanations for everything. So we're going to see how that works out. It's always a daddy issue in there somewhere. Always. Never fails. So Quad is out with Selena Johnson and Rashawn from the Sister Circle. And as their title says, her new friends, okay? And basically, she feel more open to them about what's going on, to talk about what's going on with Dr. Gregory and whether or not she's going to divorce him and how she's feeling. And she's opening up. She's crying with them, and she feel as though they are not the ones that are judging them. It's different when she's with the other group of girls because she feels so judged by the other group of girls. Now, the other group of girls said that they have not heard from Quad, and they tried to reach out to her. Quad, on the other hand, is saying she barely heard from them ever since New York when they did the reunion taping, and they have not really reached out to her. They have not acted as if they were concerned. And I feel as though somebody lying, and it could be Quad. But yeah, she's just trying to figure it all out. What she gonna do with Dr. Gregory, and how it hurts to find out what was going on from his mouth and then find out the extent of it. Saying that he lied and he shared himself with somebody else and all this. Of course that hurts. Of course that's going to hurt. But, she's just thankful that she had Selena and Rashawn there to talk to. I was like, oops. Okay. Sister Circle. Um, Toya, she trying to plan a birthday party. Now, it's her birthday, and instead of having it about herself, she want to have it about her husband. He apparently got a promotion. They didn't get a chance to really celebrate it, so she's going to surprise him with that. She's on the phone with Simone and telling her about it, and then telling her, make sure Cecil don't say shit because he don't know nothing about it, okay? This is going to be a surprise for Eugene, okay? Keep it on the low low. So, Toya good for throwing a party for any and everything. So that's what she do on this show. Moving on, we get Simone. She goes over there to Cecil place. She got this picture that they took at the lingerie and lace party, or I should say leather and lace party. And I guess it's supposed to be a sexy picture, her version of being a sexy picture, because she said this is what he's supposed to look up in the morning and when he go to bed at night, so he can go and have wet dreams and stuff like that. I looked at the picture and I was like, okay, not even damp dreams gonna come from that. But all right, that's just how you do it. Moving on from that, he took the pictures. He was trying to say it would have been better if she would have came dressed like that in a picture. And she was just trying to say he really wasn't showing appreciation. Anybody else would have been fine with their wife and all this stuff. And they go eat and talking about when the last time they made love and how she's not ready to give herself to somebody until she feels the love or is shown the love that she is looking for. I mean, it's understandable. And at one point, that we see them interacting with each other, trying to get to the basis of things. And he's saying that at one point we're gonna have to stop letting a third party come in and figure the stuff out on our own. Because they was talking about the next therapy session. But he also was also ignoring her a little bit as well. And she started talking about how she finna go to bed and she tired and this hurt or that hurt. She was like, those are the excuses and code words that women use when they're being mistreated by their husband and they ain't finna get no nookie tonight. And he was like, you wanna know what code word we use? Nothing. We don't have those. And the way that he patted her on the head like a little dog, that kind of made me go. But Simone and Cecil, it's a gradual. I can't say they need to just go ahead and hurry up and get it together. It's a gradual process. When you've been going through a whole bunch of stuff that's been building up for years and years and years, it's not just going to all of a sudden just get back together like that at the snap of a finger. You know what I'm saying? So they still got a lot of work to do, and it's very clear. So we see Dr. Jackie. She's at work and she's dealing with a patient, and her patient just so happened to be Eva, the Diva Marcellus. This is when I think this is around the time when she was on. Who was it? Real Housewives of Atlanta doing the reunion or whatever, when she started having contractions or whatever, and she was just saying how she kept on having contractions, or even doing the show or whatever. You go back and you look at the last season of Real Housewives of Atlanta when she was really pregnant. Yeah, she was having some issues with contractions and stuff, and she did have to leave that reunion early or whatever. But she was there. Dr. Jackie was saying how she transitioned from LA to Atlanta 20 weeks into her pregnancy, and she was the doctor that she came to see. And, Eva was telling her how the night before she just kept on having all these contractions and her back hurt. And she's basically ready to schedule this induction, okay? Baby, come on, this little boy got to get the fuck up out of here, okay? That is her issue. She just want it gone. Like, it's uncomfortable. And I feel sorry for women. They say pregnancy and giving birth is a beautiful thing, but it's also a sacrifice to your body. Your organs get all pushed up and rearranged and everything. It's uncomfortable to sleep at a certain point. You got to find some type of position to stay in just to get comfortable and the breathing and all of that. So I applaud every woman who get pregnant, and especially those who have multiple births at one time. Whoo, y'all go through a lot, okay? And she was just telling her certain techniques that you need. Go ahead, have sex, prostaglandin, or whatever she was saying. That softens up the cervix, whatever, get you ready to, have get contractions to actually get ready for the baby to be born. And I this is what I like. The reason why some people may say Dr. Jackie may be boring or whatever, but I like when she's on here and she have moments like this, her and Dr. Simone, because it's always a teachable moment. Okay, I wish Dr. Heavenly could bring her butt on here and actually show us. Back in the day, she did used to shows a couple of times where she's doing people mouths or whatever. But I wish she would have come have people in her chair and she's talking about different issues that's going on. Because, you probably got somebody that's watching who want to be a dentist too. You know what I'm saying? Okay, they can learn something, or somebody probably watching, they like, damn, I don't know why my mouth hurt, but this could be, and this could be that. Whatever. It's informative information mixed in with the drama. It don't have to be drama all the way, all the time with you. So that's why I like Dr. Jackie and Dr. Simone on here. They have their drama, but they also talking about, what they do at work, and we always get a teachable, learnable moment from them. So that was cool. And then speaking of Dr. Heavenly, she go to this anger management doctor, as he say, what part of the mind you want to fix? I was sitting here like, the way he came, he looked like a younger Jesse Jackson Jr. If y'all know how Jesse Jackson Jr. looked, he looked like a younger, polished version of him. And it just seemed very put on, and he don't seem real to me. Okay, I don't know if this is for play or if he a real thing, but he trying to get down to the basis of what's going on with Dr. Heavenly and showing her the pictures of her throughout the years. He said, I googled you and looked you up, and this is what I seen. And she was like, God blessed me with so much stuff, and it's like I never had to want anything that I want, I got. And I just need to understand, how come I have to be so nasty towards other people that probably going through stuff in their life and everything. The last time I got into it with somebody, with this girl that was my friend, well, she not really my friend. This girl got shot. She just got issues. And I hate when Dr. Heavenly do stuff like that. Like, yeah, Mariah got some issues. She is a little bit overly dramatic, but come on now. You can't just put it all on her, because, girl, you got issues too. Take accountability for your own actions as well. And it's just like, you the type of that provoke a person. You do that stuff. And then you back down when they try to come hard at you, like you just did when Mariah said them things about David. I can't believe how she just shut her down like that. But anyway, she's sitting there crying and saying that she gonna go ahead and do the work with him. I said, we'll see how long this lasts. And all I can just keep on hearing was either Mariah or one of them saying, you on this fake spiritual journey. Because ain't nothing changed. It really hasn't. So, it's time for the party, okay? We got Heavenly and Simone. They're arriving early so that they can make sure everything is all good. It's going great. The setup is getting together. Simone got this little sexy nurse outfit on. For her, it's sexy, okay? For her, she did a good job. I mean, Chi-Chi's was out, and that was cute. Of course, Heavenly, she got on her little scrubs and stuff and her doctor's coat. And I'm like, girl, all right, if that's what you want to call sexy. But, I mean, do what you got to do. Everybody started filing in. Contessa's not going to be able to make it because, she's waiting on her father. Well, she was waiting on her father. The father's flight had got delayed. And plus, he was sick. And so she was at the airport since like 3 o'clock. Curtis and Dr. Jackie come down. I ain't gonna lie, Dr. Jackie always coming there. She was stunting, okay? Like they said, bitch, this is not a fashion show. Every time Dr. Jackie walk up in there, it's like a fashion runway. And she did that. I ain't gonna lie, she did that. To be quite honest, everybody did that, Everybody came dressed accordingly. I would like to see a little bit more sexiness and everything else, but they had their scrubs on, and, the men had the scrubs. The doctors came dressed as doctors and things of that such. Damon came dressed as himself, as they always say. Every time they play him, every time he come to an event, he's always in his scrubs. And I said, you are darn right, okay? So after that, when Mariah get there, she was like, I could have came as something else, put on some regular scrubs with a greasy wig and all that stuff. And it was like, what? A greasy wig? I said, Cecil, don't get involved in this stuff, okay? Right then and there, the shade is thrown, to Heavenly, but it is what it is at this point. Toya, she's on FaceTime with Simone and saying that they're 30 minutes away. And I'm just sitting here like, girl, you need to hurry up and get here. She showing her husband the outfit that she's gonna wear, and he was like, I'm just gonna throw on some scrubs. Now he realizing that the theme is a medical theme, and he a little confused, but he gonna go along with it. And then they had a little conversation about whether or not Qua was gonna be there, and she said she might be there, but she did have a previous obligation. And what wound up happening is, um Eugene was like, it's one thing to, be going through your stuff, but to miss a birthday or whatever, at least say happy birthday and stuff like that. And that's understandable, but if I'm going through something and I don't want to be around somebody, sometimes you just can't put on a fake face and be like, I want to be around you, just even if it is your birthday. But it would be, if you're my friend, just give me a call and be like, I just can't come out tonight, or happy birthday, I love you, we can have chat it up, I just don't feel like being around people right now, I'm just going through it. And if you're real friends, your friend will understand that. But if you just diss them off, like, put it off and claim that you're gonna come and you don't really show up, or you make a fake excuse, then there's a problem. So we're gonna see which way Choir gonna flow with this one. So it's time for Toya and Eugene to come in, and he's like, "Oh, this gonna be cute for you. This gonna be cute. This look nice." And they come in and they like, "Surprise, Eugene!" He didn't get it. They had to say it twice, and she was saying, "This is a celebration because we never celebrated you getting your promotion, and all of that, and everything is cute. Everybody's having a good time." Toya's in her feelings because Contessa couldn't be there, and she feels as though she thought they were really good friends, but she's seeing that they kind of not. They go back, flashing back to when Contessa was talking about her party, when she was getting in the black or out the black party or whatever, when she paid off her debt. And a lot of people, didn't like the fact that Contessa was talking about the party, but I agree with Contessa. Why you spending all this money when you just got out of debt? You're going to wind up putting yourself in debt. But I understand, you're trying to celebrate. You can't be, penny pinching all the time. You got to live a little bit. So that's what she was doing. But I don't know how I feel about. Okay, on the one hand, if we really friends, yes, I would have wanted to know what's going on. And I do think that Contessa could have sent her a text and be like, I possibly won't be able to make it because I'm trying to go um um get my father. He's sick. I'm still at the airport. Let her know something. But I wouldn't be so upset once I heard the reason, even if it didn't come from her. Okay, but I feel some type of way, but I wouldn't make a big deal out of it. Because if it was just some bullshit excuse because you just dropping it just because, then I feel some way. But the fact that you're doing it because of your father is sick and stuff like that, yeah, I feel some type of way that you didn't tell me, but I wouldn't make a big deal out of it. Okay, I'll talk to you later about it. Okay, I'm not gonna let that shit ruin my night. They also talked about Quad and whether or not she coming, and she said she shot Quad a text, and Quad said she don't know if she'd be able to make it, but she'll try because she had a prior engagement, and her whole thing is, you know, why not come and be with your people or whatever. And Dr. Jackie was like, being in the situation that she was in last year, you don't want people to be all up in your business, and she probably think that people gonna judge. And somebody in my comments made a good point last week saying, but wasn't Choir always up in other people's business too? And I said that is true. Choir was up in other people's business as well. And the thing of it is, um, tables have turned around on her, and now she don't want people being in her business as well. So she did what Dr. Jackie did, and she stayed away from the group. And so you can only stay away for so long. You can only stay away for so long. Um, they talking about Eugene, and then was talking about um the situation going on with Simone and Cecil, are they getting their thing back together? They say, yeah, we're working on it, but they're still separated, living in different houses, but they still working on the issues. And he gave a good point as to reason why, if we would have moved right back in with each other, we still would have had the same problems. The problems wouldn't have been fixed. And then they have, in a confession with Toya and Eugene saying how Eugene is understanding the separation part. Toya is not. She was like, how can you fix something when you're separated? I can see both sides. I can see both points that's trying to be made. Toya, of course, she was saying how she would have said what anything was going on in her relationships when they was talking about the quiet thing. And the whole time I'm just like, that's because Toya, you're a different type of person. Not everybody wants to do that. And so sometimes when Toya speaks, she speaks as though this is what's supposed to happen and this is what should happen, and not on a level as to, well, this is what I would do. because this is me, and I understand that other people may not feel the same way. It's like this is what's set in stone and you have to do it this way, and you're breaking the law if you don't do it that way. That's what I get from Toya sometimes when she gives her opinion about certain things. And I don't think she realized that it's coming out like that. When Dr. Kurt, or not Dr. Curtis, when Curtis was up there giving his sympathy or whatever to Greg and all that shit, the way that Jackie was looking at him in that confessional, baby, that's the same way I was looking like, bitch, what? And she said no comment. I said the same thing. Mm-mm. And did you peep when the girls was all sitting together when they first was sitting together, and then Heavenly reached over to Mariah and was like, hello, Mariah, how are you? Trying to give her hand out. And Mariah was like, no. I don't talk to dentists. I talk to doctors. And I'm a doctor. Technically speaking, you do talk to doctors and you do talk to dentists because dentists are doctors, okay? So they're just dental mouth doctors, all right? So that was kind of dumb. But I get what the shade was, and it was cute. Heavily didn't let it get to her. They, kind of hashed it out or whatever. And it was cool for the moment. That was cute though. So at the end of the episode, Toya is about to give a little speech or whatever, and she's thanking everybody for being there. Her core group of friends, she names Simone, she names Mariah, she names Jackie, and she was like, "Is that it? Anybody else here?" No, they didn't come, so I guess they're not my core group of friends. Okay. And it was a straight dig at Contessa. Sky had to put out there that the reason why she's not there is because her friend, her father is sick or whatever. She's been at the airport all day, and you know, she said, well, she could at least called or whatever. And he said, well, to be quite honest, this is not a priority for her. And to be quite honest, it's not. When it comes to a alien family member like that, and as we got the history, obviously y'all not good friends because you don't know exactly what's going on with her father to know that he needs the attention. He is not just regular sick like I got a cold. He has various autoimmune issues that's going on, and either one of them can be acting up. That can set off a transaction for the other one to act up, and that's a dangerous situation. Autoimmune diseases, that's nothing to fucking play with, okay? And for her to get up there and to say what she said, and then to have Contessa on the phone and to say the thing that she said to her, and then to bring up the party in a black party, that was messed up. And that just was, and I'm glad that Eugene was saying that it was disrespectful, and it was just not just disrespectful to Contessa, but disrespectful to the guest that was already there. You don't have to air your business out there to people like that. See, that is where, now see, Toya, I understood you being hurt or whatever that she didn't call, but you as a real friend, you should understand certain things and how certain people roll. And maybe it was a slight upon mine, okay? And obviously she wasn't really trying to slight you because her husband still came in her place, okay? It's not like neither one of them showed up. Then you can be truly upset. Neither one of y'all showed up and none of y'all said nothing. How come you just couldn't tell me that your father was sick and you couldn't stay, and I would have understood? But neither one of y'all showed up. But no, the husband showed up, and automatically when he came there, he said what was going on. And then he told you again what was going on because you didn't hear it because you wasn't there the first time. And then he said it again for the third time. And then she said it on the phone. Oh, now she can speak? That's some childish, petty ass shit. I wouldn't want to be friends with a bitch like Toya, okay? I get it. You want people to tell you what's up when they need to tell you. Don't leave you in the dark. But have some fucking compassion and understand it, okay? And not embarrass people. And you didn't embarrass Contessa in front of your people that was there. You embarrassed yourself by acting like that. And that's what Toya don't seem to understand, because your husband wasn't here for it. Your friends wasn't here for it. Scott was good. Scott was good because had he would have said something to her and cursed her out, then they would have been like, what you look like arguing with a female, you weak for that. So he just kept on talking and said, if you got something to say, just say that to my wife's face when he was talking to the other doctor. He got the right to talk underneath his breath, but as long as he stayed in place. He kept it calm, cool, and collected for the most part, and then let that shit blow up. But Toy, you was 100% wrong, and I don't care what nobody said about that. But that was Married to Medicine. Y'all tell me how y'all felt about it, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.